Welcome aboard. This is day 3 on the Oh Buoy Podcast, where we talk about everything that you're talking about. Relationships, food, pop culture, gossip, and we may even share those cruise ship horror stories. Every topic is on the table, or should we say the buffet. So passengers, are you ready to set sail?
That's your cruise director, Andrew, and my name is Rochelle. And yes, we used to be real-life cruise directors. We cannot wait to take you on this journey with us, and we want you to be involved. Send us an email at ohbuoypod@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So, Andrew, what's on the ship to shore today?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It is that end of the year. You can see I'm wearing my festive holiday-themed sweater. So that means it is time for our in and outs lists, which we saw on the internet.
Yeah, so every year the Washington Post comes out with their in and out list. And then I think everyone follows suits and creates their own in and out list. So, for example, last year, the Washington Post deemed the state of Iowa as out. So, sorry, Iowa. And they said voice memos were in. So Andrew and I decided, they have quite the list. Andrew and I decided to make our own list of what we think is in and out going into 2024. So listen up and don't get caught making one of these mistakes.
All right, can we just talk about Iowa, a state? Imagine a state just being out. You're like, so where are you from? Oh, I'm from Iowa. Oh, I heard that was out.
That's out. Yeah, that's so last year. You didn't move.
The real in is Oklahoma. You were right there. You could have just
right there.
Scooted on over, but no.
Yeah, and voice memos, which I actually don't. I don't do voice memos. Do you do those, or do you have friends that do voice memos?
I have done a voice memo in the past. I've done as I was working on some teaching stuff for golf. I was doing voice memo, kind of basically recording myself so that I could listen to the things while I'm driving. So I made my own little audiobook.
Okay. Yeah, I know people that they instead of texting, they'll do the voice memo. That's weird.
Oh, the voice to text? I don't like that.
I don't think. Yeah, that's well. Who are we to say? That's the Washington Post list, but our list is going to be much better. So, should we get into mine first, or do you want to do yours first?
Let's go with your in first. We'll go your in, then my in, and then your out, then my out.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so this is mine. This is Rochelle's in list for 2024. So this is what we're doing. We are de-influencing. Okay, all these influencers trying to sell you things that they don't even use themselves. We're de-influencing it. You don't need it. We're doing main character energy because we are number one. We're going to take your PTO. Okay, stop the hustle, stop the grind. That's out. We're taking our PTO, even if it's just to sit on the sofa and do nothing. Ginger is in.
The spice?
Just the spice in itself. Yeah. Oh, the spice girl.
Spice girl.
Fresh ginger if you can. It's in. No need to explain. Eating enough protein. That's, the bodybuilder in me. You got to get enough protein. People saying that they don't need enough. You need that much protein. I don't want to hear it. You do. Eat more. It's good for you. Sleeping is in.
Shocking. That's world beating.
Again, but it's just, I think it goes against this hustle and grind culture of I'll sleep when I'm dead. I wake up at 5 a.m. to work out. No, you don't need to. Go to sleep.
I was just saying, who's out on sleeping? I don't think I've met many people who are like, I don't enjoy sleeping. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure everyone's like, I can't wait to take a nap.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 10 o'clock. The sun sets at 4:30. I'm already for bed.
I'm ready for bed.
It's now.
Yeah.
I've taken 2 naps today.
Exactly.
I'm like a cat.
Yeah. I love it. You're on this. You're already in, Andrew. You're already in for 2024. Weightlifting. Okay. Lift the weights. No. Yes. Don't be afraid to lift weights. That's mostly for me too. I'm like, all right, let's get back into it. And asking questions. Let's be curious, as they say.
Okay. Yeah. Let's learn.
Let's learn. And that's the in list for 2024. You heard it here first. Andrew, let's hit yours.
My ins list. I don't how many do you have 10? I have 10. I have 10 ins. I have sugar rims for all drinks. Just give me a sugar rim. We have Lucius Malfoy's hair in the Chamber of Secrets. Luscious. Give me that Chesame. Make it a commercial. Let's hear it. French press coffee, always. Peregrine falcons, the birds of prey. They can top speed at 200 plus miles an hour. And
I'm going to have to go on mute while you're writing this.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chive and onion cream cheese. Bonus on an everything bagel. Pinot Noir. The metric system is in stainless steel pans, fond, which comes from stainless steel pans, and bottled water.
Thank you so much, Andrew. You know, I think bottled water is going to be controversial because you're not supposed to really drink out of bottled water. It's bad for the environment. You're supposed to have one of these.
Well, I do
have one of these.
I have a glass.
Okay. But that's your list, and it's definitive.
It is. Now, yeah, that's me. Now, do you want me to go with my outs? We want to flip-flop? Do we want to...
Go with your outs, and then I'll bring it home with mine. Go ahead.
Okay. Outs. This is going to be controversial here. Woodwick candles. I don't need my candle to sound like a fire. It is just to make it smell nice. Outside seating at a restaurant. Not about it. Not about it. Buffalo Wild Wings. You're out. Bushwhackers. Also out. Car salesmen or salespeople, salespersons for cars. Not all
Andrew.
Sales. Not all sales, specifically car salespeople.
My literal job is a salesperson when I'm not podcasting.
Yeah.
So
not for cars.
Not for cars. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for elaborating.
You sell dreams, not depreciating assets.
Yeah.
Mint out. Whipped cream also out. Chardonnay out. Bar coasters out. The Dallas Cowboys out. And Brita filters are out.
Oh my gosh. That is so controversial. I don't even know where to start. Andrew, first of all, outdoor seating. I live for an outdoor seating because I refuse to go to a restaurant if I can't bring Penny. I
would rather... Okay, let me rephrase my outdoor seating.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Outdoor seating that it's like during COVID when you had outdoor seating everywhere, you were just on the sidewalk. I'm out.
Okay,
outdoor seating on a patio overlooking a winery and maybe a beautiful gorge with some light Vivaldi playing in the background. Slightly in, you know, if it's playing, Tenacious D, Jack Black, even better. Min. But
okay.
Sidewalk outdoor seating, forced outdoor seating. That should be my preference. Forced outdoor seating.
I hear you. Actually, San Francisco still has sidewalk seating. They just kept it. Too. Huh?
I'm pretty sure Boston does too.
Yeah.
Like on Beacon Hill. And it's sidewalk plus the street parking. Like they've gone into the road and now they have those Jersey barriers blocking it. No, I'm out.
You're out. You don't want it. Okay, well, thank you for sharing your list, Andrew. It's very brave.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I like your list. Okay, so we'll go on to mine. My out list for 2024. The first one, detoxing and cleanses. People, this is not real. This is not real. Stop saying you're detoxing. Stop saying you're cleansing. If anything, you're doing more harm than good and completely depriving your body of nutrients. Stop doing it. Stop saying you're doing it. It's out. Girl dinner. Leave this in 2023. I hated that trend. It was so annoying. And it's just an excuse for people to glorify their eating disorder. And I know that's a bold statement, but it's out. Eat a real meal.
Saltines is a real meal.
Huh?
Saltine crackers is a real meal.
Yeah, it's like, I'm eating saltine crackers and some cheese and I have a bottle of wine, girl dinner. And I'm like, no, That's not a meal. Okay. The next one is phone wallets. The little wallet you have attached to your phone. Get out of here. Tacky.
You said it's tacky?
Tacky. And it's a great way for someone to steal all your stuff. You're not afraid someone's going to steal your phone?
Oh, no. I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
I do have a phone. I don't have a phone wallet.
Yeah. So you're ahead of the game.
Joke's
Okay,
on them.
this
I have
one
no
too.
money.
This one too, using your kids as content for clout. Oh, I cringe when I see the influencers just posting their kids to make money. It's just horrific to me. Like, I have friends that post pictures of their kids. That's different. You want to share that online, that's fine. But using them specifically, like, as a way to be an influencer, quote unquote, and make money online. I hate that. Movies longer than 90 minutes. I don't want it. Controversial, and I'm certainly not going to the movie theater to watch a 3-hour film. Last time I did that was for Endgame, and that will be the only time I'll go to the theater for that long movie. Okay, next, worshiping celebrities. These people are billionaires. They do not care about you. You're just funneling your money to them. They're basically like mini corporations. Stop worshiping celebrities.
Except us. That's B list. Actually, Z. We're like a number. We're probably like a.
No, we're not even C list, D list celebrity. You can work. Yeah, us is fine.
I don't even think D. I think we might be like I don't know, V list.
How many? When you have 3 followers, how many is that?
Oh yeah, that's top notch. That's like double A.
Double A. Okay, 2 more. So yeah, mine is like really, I guess, health related and things that just annoy me. So, but it's out. Like I said, this is definitive. And we will also post this to remind you as well.
Yes. Now, a little rapid fire. You know, I'm gonna shoot things at you, and you tell me if it's in or out.
Okay.
All right. Keyless entry.
In.
Wind chimes.
Out.
Rocks glasses. Martini glasses.
In.
Icicle lights.
Out.
3 wicked candles.
Out. Too many.
Yeah, I don't know why you need that many. Okay. Paper plates.
Oh, they're bad for the environment, but I do have some, so in.
So is that in or out?
That's it. That's an in. That's an in.
That's an in. What about FM radio?
Is it even literally in existence right now?
It is. It is. It is.
Okay. Radios out. Get a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bluetooth is in.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I have.
Thank you, Andrew. That was fun.
That was just a little quick. I gotta even tell you what wind chimes out, 3 wick candles out, paper plates out, rocks glasses in, martini glasses out. That's for me. And then
switched right there.
Yeah. And then what else did I say? I don't even remember. FM radio out.
FM radio is out. Okay.
AM radio in, surprisingly.
AM radio in out. Out in.
Oh, and then a little honorable mention. When you go skiing, and then after you ski, the drinks after skiing.
Capris? Is that what it's called?
Something like that. In. I don't ski.
Capris are in.
Capris are in.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a martini glass. It just feels very delicate, very fancy, very and you can put, sugar around the rim on that.
Yes. I mean, I do like if I'm getting a espresso martini, which is the only martini that I will drink, after a day, or dinner, I'm like, I'm gonna go have, an after dinner cocktail. I'm gonna go get an espresso martini, and it better be
Yes.
served in a martini glass or one of those fancy little like Marie Antoinette boob glasses.
Yeah, like the cup kind of. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what they're called.
if you serve me a martini not in a martini glass, jail, right to jail.
Out. Yeah,
Just
jail
like if you give me an
immediately.
old fashioned without, I need one giant cube in my old fashioned,
I like
so.
it.
But yeah, well, that was really informative. But now it's time to go complain. Let's go down to guest services. This is the place where all complaints are heard and nothing is too big and nothing is too small or petty. In fact, the pettier, the better. Send your complaints to guest services at the ohbuoypod@gmail.com. Do we have any mail complaints yet?
We don't have any mail that I checked a couple hours ago, but it's coming in.
Speaking of mail, I got a letter. Well, I got it's a certified letter. I haven't gotten it from the post office yet. It is from the IRS. I don't know what they want. There's big fan mail, big fans. And
That's
they
not
said,
good.
we tried to reach you. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, we'll see what they
But you
want.
don't know what they want.
I don't know. I mean, I paid them. They took my money. I have a confirmation email, so I'm not really worried.
That happened to me once. They keep records for like so many years, and they had like 2016. Actually, whenever the year we worked on the cruise ship, I did my taxes wrong because of the cruise ship and where I was living. But I fixed it, so it was fine. Huh?
They audit you?
Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, we did not make any money on that boat. Like, stop, don't bother me.
I'm like, do you really need to bother me?
Yeah.
It's like basic minimum wage almost. Like,
exactly.
Go bother
somebody else. Okay. Let's get into our guest services then.
Oh yeah, surprise! Yeah, that wasn't our complaint.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a joint complaint, but we have our real guest services here. So, Rochelle, why don't you lead us off?
So my guest service complaint is going to be airport drop off and pick up. Drop off and pick up. It gives me so much anxiety to go through the airport and pick people up and drop them off. It's like mayhem when you get to the airport. People have all their doors open. Everyone's out of their cars. There's bags everywhere. They're hugging them. They're saying goodbye. As if you didn't know that this person was leaving. You're bringing them to the airport. You had the whole car ride to say goodbye. You could say goodbye at home. And now you're out giving them hugs and talking to them. Your door's open. This is enough. We're doing a tuck and roll. We're going to slow down. You're going to grab your bag. You're going to throw it out the car door. I'm going to kick you out. You're going to tuck and roll out, and I'm going to keep moving. Okay? I don't need all this chaos. And then I've never seen anyone more serious about their job than the airport security that is hustling cars through the airport. They're like, don't even let you slow down or think about pulling over to get a spot. They're moving you through immediately, blowing their little whistle at you. I'm worked up just thinking about it.
There you go. Get out of move.
Get out of the way. No stopping.
Yeah. Don't even
and I'm like, I'm just here to pick up my sister. Like, I can see her. She's not fast enough. You got to go around. And now I'm back in like the circling the airport 3 times because my sister wasn't fast enough. I'm like, come on. It's a mess. I don't like it.
Really? And then that you're just like kicking people out at the airport, just like, now what if you're getting dropped off at the airport? Do you want to be just kicked out, just thrown out, or
I'm ready to go.
More of a
I'm ready to go. I'm like, love you. Thank you. Whatever, get your backpack on and get out of the car.
Well, I will say your mother was much kinder to me when she dropped me off at the airport. When she dropped me off when I was in San Francisco,
did she get out of the car?
Yeah, she did. She gave me a hug. She was like, "Oh, so nice you staying here." I'm like, "Thanks, had a good time." And then you're like, "Bye." And then I'm like, "This, if it were you, you'd be like, get out."
Yeah, exactly. Get out. I'm not even going to slow down. Yeah. Anyways, the airport. It's so annoying. I don't like it.
Well, apparently I haven't been. I mean, I'll find out what the airport is like at Nashville now, I hear it used to be really easy. You'd go in and out, no big deal. There was only like two gates, or it was a small airport for a big, tourist town. But it was everyone always explained of how, we live so close to the airport, it's really easy to get into. Now I'm told it's a nightmare. Like it's actually tough to get in and out of the airport, which I'm like, I'm not looking forward to that because I am flying for Christmas, and it's going to be chaotic because it's the holiday, and it sounds like it's going to be chaotic because everything is under construction and new. And the person dropping me off will be kicking me out to the curb because they'll be so kind. But we will see. We will see.
Yeah, it's going to be hectic.
But then at the pickup in Boston, it'll be like at midnight. So maybe, that's when it's even crazier. Because like when there's a lot of people, I'm like, it is midnight. Why are there a lot of people being picked up right now? There shouldn't be this many people getting picked up at midnight. Just like at 6 a.m., there's like a ton of people waiting in line. I go, why are there so many people waiting for an airport? Like this is like the first plane out. Like the planes, are just waking up. They're just like, they're just starting their day. And there's a lot of people like, I got to fly. I go, where do you have to be at 6:04 in the morning? I got to go to, Charlotte. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. Okay. It just seems.
Do you have TSA pre-check?
I don't.
Oh my God. That's a must.
No, I'll just see you on the other side. I'll be like, all right, I'll see ya.
Yeah, that's also like, I'm not taking the shoes off. I'm already annoyed because I had to wait in line. Like, no, I'm getting through.
No, we go to the airport together and you'd be like, all right, I will see you on the other side. I'll see you. Because I'm also on the same vein where if you're traveling with someone, you don't need to sit next to them on the plane. I'll see you in our destination. That's what I'm at. I'm like, well,
okay.
Like if we can sit next to each other, great. If we planned ahead and that's what happens, we sit next to each other, fine. But if it's like, like those families, oh, sorry, we didn't effectively plan. And so our whole family is split up. Like we really want to sit next to each other. I'm like, okay, too bad. Like this is my seat. I have an aisle seat. I want to be in an aisle. I'm not going to give up my seat and go to the back of the plane because you couldn't plan effectively.
Yeah, I chose this seat. This is the one I want. Thank you.
And even if it's one that I didn't want, I still be like, no, I won't give up. I'm not about that. Because I know if I was in the well, I just want to sit next to my significant other. I go, I don't. I'll see them on the other side. Or my buddy, if I'm going with my brother or Ted. Well, I don't need to sit next to Ted. I live with him. I don't need to sit next to him for 3+ hours. I don't need to sit next to him because it's like on a plane, you're not talking to. I don't want to talk to anybody on the plane. I do not want to talk to anybody on the plane. I want to put my headphones in, listen to the same, music on loop, fall asleep. I don't recline either. I'm courteous in that sense. The person behind me is like, wow, this guy is really nice. He's really courteous. He's not putting the seat all the way back into my lap. I go, yeah, I know we're allowed to. And they do that. But do you really, is that extra, 2 degrees of just reclination make a difference? No. Sleep straight up like a board and be uncomfortable like the rest of us. It's Spirit Airlines. Calm down. And secondly, don't talk to me. Just don't talk to me. Like, especially on planes, strangers talking. Like, I understand like this, flying is magical, up in the air. It's this whole whimsical, the lounge, all these people. Like, I'll talk to you at the airport bar. That's fine. That's a little bit of a mystery, a little travel, share stories of people that you're never going to see again. Something, whimsical about that. But on the plane, I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, no, I'm going to Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I'm going to the same location as you are. Yeah. I didn't know what gate we're going. Like, come on. We're not friends. What are you going to Texas for? None of your goddamn business.
That annoyed me so much when we would travel for the cruise ship because we would usually have to wear our cruise uniform. And I got asked every time, oh, what's your job? What are you doing? And then if you say cruise director, oh my God, here incoming questions. And it's like literally my whole job 24/7 is talking to people. This is taking a flight right now as a break. I do not want to talk to you about my job.
Yeah, and that's why one of my old cruise ship buddies from my other cruise days gave me the bit of advice. You say, anytime I ask you what your job is, you are a data entry. You're a clerk at a municipal like town office. All you do, work in the building department. Like no one really cares about that. No one, when you go, I just entered numbers into Excel. They're like, oh, that's the end of that conversation. Same thing with Uber rides, taxi rides, what brings you into town? None of your business.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, literally. I just wanted to see Lewiston, Idaho, up close and personal. I wanted to get my haircut crooked, in a super clips up there. But no, my complaints, my guest services. I know we just went off the rails there for a minute.
That's right, Andrew. What's your guest service today?
My guest service complaint is deer, the animal.
Oh,
and
no.
And the term of sincerity, like, oh dear, no, don't, oh dear me, but deer the animal specifically, they can all go shove it, because I was driving home from work the other day and a deer hit my vehicle and it broke the back driver's seat window, shattered it, the glass went everywhere, and then he broke my taillight, and then I was like, what the. Are we swearing on this? I can't remember, but I said, I audibly, like, I didn't scream, but I went. I mean, there was an exasperation. There was something, I said something. I said things, and then I'm like, what the hell was that? Because I didn't see it. Because it didn't like run across the front of me. It ran into my car, like ran into the side of my car, and then. When I pulled over, I looked, I saw there was like 6 deer standing there staring at me. And I'm like, I hit one of you. Who? And I looked around, I didn't find a body or a carcass. I'm like, well, they were all fine. They like bounced off my car. They're probably going just as fast as my car.
I would have cried on site.
Well, and it's like, it's late, it's dark, and it's cold. Yeah. And so now I have a busted window. And when you drive with, like, if one window is down, you get that like that helicopter effect in your.
Yeah.
So now I have to roll down the other windows in my car, driving home, and I live 30 minutes from where I work, and so it was probably 35 degrees outside, and I'm just my hands are cold. I'm cold, and I'm like, because like, I mean, I have a jacket on, but I don't, when you don't expect to be in the inclement weather inside your vehicle. For the whole ride, and so I can't hear any of my music, and then it's just so then I had to put one of those trash bags on my car, and people are like, look at this idiot, because of course I couldn't get it fixed until today, and then I drop it off today, and I have an 8:00 appointment, and I go in there and I go, hey, I got an 8:00 appointment. This is the collision center. Oh, hey, I have an 8:00 appointment. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, what's I go, yeah, the back window broke on my car, and I have it's a green 8:00. She's like, okay, well, you're going to be in glass down the hall. And I'm like, all right. But she's like, Robbie's not in yet. And I go, why would he be? It's 8:05. And then it's like 8:10. And she's like, did someone call you yet? And I go, no. So she's like, we're figuring it out. And then it's like 8:30 now. And this other guy he's like, oh, I guess my 8:00's not coming. And then the glass people call, they're like, we don't have a claim for you for glass. And I'm like, she's like, yeah, it's with the collision center. I go, you're not the collision center? She's like, no, we're glass. We just operate out of the collision center. I'm like, okay. And then I walk inside, and then the lady at the desk, she's like, oh, are you the Geico claim? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm the only one in there. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I thought you said glass. And I go, oh, I said I had an 8:00 appointment. I would figure you'd look at your computer and be like, all right, you got a meeting with John. And then John walks in, he's like, and then he's like, oh, you're the 8:00. And I go, well, now it's like 8:40. And I go, and I'm not mad. I'm like, whatever, mistakes happen. This is literally all I have to do today. So it wasn't a big deal. And they're like, all right. And then so they're like, yeah, it's going to take maybe a week, 2 weeks. And I go, God dang. And so then Enterprise came and picked me up, and now I have a rental car, and I'll have a rental car for, the next few weeks while they're getting it fixed. But,
oh my gosh, that's so annoying. That's like a sitcom almost. Like you're sitting in there waiting for 45 minutes and like you're the appointment. Oh my gosh, what rental car do you have?
Right? It was like I was the only one there. I have a Nissan Kicks.
Is that like an SUV? What is it? I have to look it up.
Yes.
Nissan
it's like a mini SUV. It's bigger than my certified pre-owned Nissan Sentra, but yeah, I'll go take it for a ride later on tonight when I go to Elf Trivia.
Oh, it's cute. Actually, that's cute. I like it. What color is it?
Oh, are you looking at it?
Yeah.
It's white.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like a white car. Okay, cool. Well, that's a good thank you for that complaint. Jeez.
You're very welcome. So Bambi's out there, and watch out. Hunting season's coming, and I'm all for.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you know,
I used to not be like I'm not a hunter. I don't hunt. But if there's an excessive deer population near me, Elmer Fudd's, go to town. Just
go for it.
Open season.
Well, I hate to say you're lucky, but I mean, I've heard people total their car because the deer runs into it. So
yeah, I mean, it only hit the back, so it's not too bad. And it's like there's no dents, there's no body. It's just the back window, like the back seat window and the tail light. Like that's so I'm like, all right, at least there's that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a hassle though. That's frustrating. I would have cried for sure. That's scary.
I didn't cry. I was brave.
It's okay if you did though. Well, because I would have thought deer, I'd be like, someone's here to murder me. Someone's hiding in the back seat and they smash the window and they're going to murder me. That's where my brain goes.
I was concerned slightly about, because the deer didn't run in front of me. So I didn't see that it was a deer. It's just like, it was just a back window blowout. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like expecting maybe to see like a person, I don't know, or on a bike or something. I don't know. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what I hit. And when I didn't see any carnage, I was like, all right, it's not too bad. But then I was like, I don't know. I'm like, do I got to call the police? Do I got to do something? So I called my coworker. I'm like, I hit a deer, but there's no deer on the ground. Like, do I need to you're like, no, if your car is drivable, you're fine. It's not like you hit like somebody else's car. Like, I'm like, I don't want to be like hit and running. And then they're
hit and run the deer. Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You just keep going. You just keep driving.
Yeah, I didn't get his insurance papers, so. All right.
Should we move on to Love Boat?
Sure. Let's give this segment a go. The Love Boat. Does dating make you want to jump ship? Join us on the Love Boat, toot toot, where we discuss dating disasters, situationships, and try to steer clear of red flags.
Okay. I'll go first with my Love Boat dating disaster. So this is a new segment for us, but we'll both talk about dates, I guess, that we've been on and see how it goes. So one time I went on a first date where this guy, all he did was talk about his niece the whole time. I mean, to the point where he was talking about his sister's pregnancy, her wedding, his role in her birthing process. I mean, I knew way too much information. And I'm kind of sitting there like, first of all, dude, you're talking to the wrong person about this. You're barking up the wrong tree. I'm already ignoring you because I could not care less. And not that I don't mind people talk about their family, but I'm sure there's way too much information in there that his sister would also like him to keep private. It was just so much detail and just about her for, this hour and a half that we were out to dinner. It was so weird. He just never asked me a question the whole time. It was just her. And at first I thought like giving him the benefit of the doubt, like maybe he's like nervous. He didn't know what to talk about. But then in the days preceding the date, he was sending me photos of like, hey, my sister's wedding. Like, here's a picture of her and here's a picture of the baby and here's her now. And like, here's us in the hospital. And I'm just like, what is happening here? So I just thought
People
that was
are
so
obsessed
weird.
with their siblings. Yeah,
I guess like Yeah, I can't even like maybe you can give me some insight from a man's perspective of like what was happening there. And then I just like stopped responding because I was like, it's only been one date. This guy is kind of weird. So like I'm just gonna not reply. And that's kind of my question to you is like, do you feel like I should have just said, hey, like you talk about your family like way too much. This is why I'm not gonna continue the date with you? Would you rather know that or just be
Mm,
ghosted and like never know? Because I
well,
feel like,
I don't like. I don't know the
because I was gonna say
ghosting.
I've
Don't
gone
ghost.
on, I've gone on other dates too where the guy just talks about himself the whole time and he'll just like go on this journey of like his job and then his religion and then his family and then his friends and then it's like he's just talking for an hour and a half and I'm just sitting there like I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess you can tell. It would be nice to know what went wrong if it didn't. It didn't lead to success. But at the same time, I feel like most people we don't owe each other anything, especially when it's like just a first interaction.
Mhm.
I'm like, we met on Hinge. Like, do I really need to go and explain to you what you did wrong or what I did wrong? No, the next person will, because eventually it's like, some people need to change what and definitely wants to be a part of that. Like, he's like, I'm the father figure in this kid's life because my sister
Yeah.
is, yeah. So that's weird. But then there's some people it's like, sometimes like I would go on dates and it didn't work out because of just who I am. And they were like, yeah, it didn't work out. We just didn't click. I'm like, all right. Yeah, but I'm not going to be like, I don't think it was so catastrophic where I didn't, I didn't I talked about myself the whole time. I mean,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be with a boring person. I don't want to be with someone that I have to change who I am to be with them kind of thing. So there's
Okay,
that.
fair enough.
Now, like I said, some actual recording is higher quality. Okay. Yeah, no, I told you about the one that I went where the girl she was a musician. So she matched with her like on Hinge or whatever it is. And then I went to that bar down the street, the one on Centennial there. And it's like, she is a musician, aspiring musician in Nashville. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. A little unoriginal, but kind of cool. But then she also went to like a really prestigious like school like in New York, not like a music school. Like she went to like Columbia. Like she went to like an Ivy League school, and now she's like, I'm trying to be an artist. And I'm like, you spent a lot of money to try to be a musician. Like that was
Yeah.
a bad financial decision. But I mean, hey, go get your dreams. But then she was like, oh, but you went to state school. She was a little condescending towards me about my choice of
Mm.
school. I'm like, a little judgy for someone who is probably $200,000 in student debt trying to
Yeah.
make it on Broadway. But that's fine. I'm not saying I'm the best at financial decisions, but I think that was a bad one on her part. So it wasn't, everything else was average. The conversation was, I mean, I was like, I don't think it wasn't going well. I was fine with this not going anywhere. And then this bar is the place that had the Scrabble board, and I was like, oh, I'll play Scrabble with her. She was like, let's play Scrabble, and I'm like, oh, okay. And she's like, I'm really good at Scrabble. I have a Ivy League education. I'm like, that's really cool. But you're going down. And of course, I take it easy at first. I'm like, well, we'll play it easy. We'll play it cool because we want to make sure, we want to, just don't want to
Of
embarrass
course.
anybody. But as it continues, I mean, she was just bad at Scrabble. Maybe she was doing the same thing, taking it easy because of my state school brain. But then
Yeah.
I just was like, you know what? I've had enough. And I just put up the way the letters lined up. I put the word acquitted, and it was like a double letter on the Q. It was a triple word. It was all the letters. I
Oh
dumped
my
like,
gosh.
it was like almost a 200-point score in one turn. And she was like, I think this game is over. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, and I think I'm going to go home. And I go, that's fair. And then I never heard, and then I never heard from her again. So needless to say, I don't think she enjoyed being humbled so severely in Scrabble. Cause like I said, I mean, we used to play Scrabble in college all the time. Like, weirdly enough, my floor, that was like, what are we doing? We're going to go out partying? No, we're going to stay in and play a little Scrabble tonight. That's what we're going to do. We're going to,
And that was your thing. So you knew when you saw that game, you were like, oh, this is over for her.
Yep. I knew at one point I had all the there's like 26 2-letter words in the Scrabble official dictionary or something like that. And I had all of them memorized at one point. So,
oh my gosh, wow.
And then there was a lot of like random 3-letter words that were Scrabble approved words that, like, I don't know what they mean, but I know I could use, like QAT, like that was allowed,
Okay.
XU or XXI, was a Scrabble word. JO was a valid word. ZA was a valid. So if you got like a triple letter on like a corner there and you put the Z or the X or the J there, and it's like, right there, that's just 60 points by putting one tile down. You're like, let's go. So, and then if you use all your tiles, all your letters, it's a bingo bonus, and you get 58 bonus points for using all your tiles. It's like getting a Yahtzee. So
I didn't know that much about Scrabble, but that's a fun fact.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we ever played Scrabble, just be prepared to lose.
I definitely would. I mean, I misspell, and even Siri can't understand what I'm trying to spell.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm trying to spell like maintenance.
That's what that private school education
will
do for you.
That's what, yeah. And I went to private school. So, there you go.
Like bananagrams. I'm really good at bananagrams too. That's another one, And
for
boggle.
spelling.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. I see here the breakup text. Getting broken up via text is. Let's dive in here.
Okay, let's dive into it. Yeah. So, do you text, call, or meet in person?
It's dependent on time. I would say if it's like, obviously, if we've gone on like 3 to 4 like dates, and we've smooched, maybe, I think a text is, or even if we've more than smooched, I think a text, because it's like you're not dating, I don't know, like, I don't know when the threshold is crossed over into dating, but I feel like if it's only been a couple of days, couple of dates, whatever it is, a text is fine. Yeah. Like, you don't want to ghost, and then, I mean, I have a whole, and I'll expose myself here a little bit. I have a note in my phone. It is my rejection note. Let's see if I can find it in here. But essentially, I have all of responses that I've gotten from it. A lot of it is from the girls have given me these over time. And I'm like, that's a good way to put it. I like the way they wrote that. So I'm going to.
I like the way they wrote that. No, that's good. That's good.
I'm trying to think if I can find it. I want to. Oh, here it is. Okay. So, like, some of them are as follows. It's like, hey, insert name. I've been thinking a little, and I wanted you to know I have had a lot of fun hanging out with you, and I think you're really great. But honestly, I'm just starting to see us more as compatible as friends. And I wish you the best luck, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, sorry, I haven't texted back. I'm sure you're wondering why I went silent. I'll cut to the chase because I don't want to be rude. I had a great time on our date and you seemed nice, but I realized I'm just not ready to be dating right now. So I don't want to leave you wondering why I'm not responding. I hope you find someone. And then the name of the person. Just so I want to let you know before it's, so I can respect your time and schedule. This one was, I think, my best. Shout out to Jackie. Hers was top notch.
Great writing.
Yeah. She said, just because Jackie and I were supposed to go on a second date, and I was like, oh yeah. And she's like, okay, yeah, we'll go, we'll get drinks or it is. And then it was like the day before, she was like, you know how they always do that to follow up, be like, hey, are you still down? Because like sometimes in the beginning, you go, yeah, I'll go on a second one with you, and you're really like, yeah. I don't know, and then like you get that confirmation. You do the text, be like, hey, I'm just making sure so I don't show up and you're not there, kind of thing. And this is like, just so I just want to let you know before it is tomorrow, so I can respect your time and schedule. Although I had fun with you on our date, I've been feeling a little bit disconnected since then because I feel like we didn't have a romantic chemistry that I was hoping to feel for us. Sorry, but, and then, insert a personal thing at the end there being like, from the first date, and then I'm glad we got to cheers, or we got to whatever it is, really cool, and I'm glad I met you. Like, she's like I'll still text her some, like, I'll went on like one date with her, but I'll still text her and you'd be like, girl, did you see what's going on RuPaul's Drag Race? And she's like, I know. Like, she moved to Philly. That's the other thing. She moved, so it wasn't going to work out anyway.
Yeah.
But
no, but that's good. Yeah, you kind of like bring it back to the date and like you say a compliment, and it's like, yeah, that's nice too. That's a nice way of putting it. I would say, for me, I agree with the text. It's like if you've not had like the talk where you say, hey, are we boyfriend and girlfriend? I just think just text it. There was one time where I actually got like mad at this guy because we went on maybe 3 dates and nothing had happened, not even a smooch, nothing, right? And he texted me and was like, hey, do you have a few minutes? I'd love to meet you for coffee on Saturday. And I like kind of knew what it was going to be, And I was like, hey, like, I don't really want to meet in person. Like, if you can just call me or text me what you want to talk about. And he was like, no, I really want to meet you in person. Like, it'll only take an hour, like, just some of your time. And this was when I lived in San Francisco. So I was like, okay, like, I'll meet you, sure. So I like took the bus because like I don't have a car in San Francisco. I took the bus like downtown to meet this guy for coffee, and like he was like, yeah, so it's not really working out. So, but I just wanted to meet you in person. And like, I feel like he thought he was doing the right thing, but I'm like, you've literally wasted my entire weekend. I took a 30-minute bus ride, walked to this coffee shop that you chose, and I've got to take the bus ride back. We're like in a public space. So it's like, if it was just such a waste of my time. And it's like, I'm crying. No, I wasn't crying, but I was just kind of like, we're in a coffee shop on a Saturday and like in the city, and this is like pre-COVID. Like people are out. It's just like, this is not you. I did not need to be in person for this at all. Like you should have just texted me. Like you've wasted my whole day now. And I was more mad about that than like the breakup, which he's
should have
married
asked
now,
him to
actually,
validate
so.
your bus pass. I'm sorry. Is this
I know.
breakup
I was like,
include validated parking? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, I was like more mad about that. I was like, you wasted my whole day. Like you could have literally, this could have been an email even. But yeah, so
could have been an email. Yeah, no, and then I guess I'm sure. And then if you are dating for a significant, longer time, and you're like, oh yeah, then you got to be like, hey, sit down there, sport. Got some news, bad news for you.
Yeah,
we this ain't working out.
Yeah,
I just don't love you no more. And then
no,
you got to go into this whole character bit, like, I'd love to stay, but they need me on the farm. Daddy's getting old, and I just gotta go.
Just gotta go. I'm going out for groceries, and I'll be right back.
But cheer up, Buttercup. Don't you worry.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So the breakup. No. So I feel like, yeah, just especially this day and age, in the day of the Barbie movie, year of the Barbie movie, just text me. I'm over it. Okay.
Yeah. Good segment.
Great.
I don't know what we're gonna talk about next week. Can only get broken up.
Oh my gosh. I've been ghosted. I have so many stories. I'll have to wait till next week. Let's get into weekly entertainment. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, no, I was waiting for you to read it.
Oh, okay.
Because that says you, okay? The script says you. It doesn't say Andrew. It says Rochelle, weekly entertainment. That's your, I did the Love Boat. You do weekly entertainment, okay?
Weekly entertainment. Only the best cruises have song, dance, and live performances. Follow our Spotify. We'll add these songs to our Spotify playlist every week. And this DJ takes requests. So email us any songs that you think we should add at about ohbuoypod@gmail.com. So Andrew, what is your song of the week?
All right. My song of the week It is from an album in 2014. It is from the Deep Focus Piano Study playlist by Brian Crane. It is an instrumental piano song. It is called Dream of Flying. I'm currently taking a couple of classes for my job, and so I'm having to be on Canvas or whatever it is on my computer, and Ted will be watching TV, and I just need to focus. So I put on this album, and the whole album is great for studying and focus. But this, and it's just I put my headphones in and I just zone in on what I'm doing, and it's just beautiful, elegant instrumental piano music. I know it's quite entertaining for, don't put it on to, put it on the playlist, but it's maybe not the best song for a power hour or a pre, what do they call it before you go to the bar? Pre-game. It's not really a good pre-game song, but it is an excellent study and focus song. So and napping song, this is one of the songs that is on the airplane playlist, just elegant piano music, and I'm just like in the clouds, falling asleep. It's one or the other.
I love it. Okay, thank you.
I'm just like all over the place this episode, we're just keeping it random, keeping it authentic. This is us.
Yeah, and it's our podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the theme. So my song is one that every time I hear it, I actually always think of you and when we're on the cruise. Yeah, I know you don't know what it is because I didn't write it down. Do you want to guess?
I know what it is. Is it a song from a very popular Disney movie that was nominated for an Oscar for Best Picture, the only animated feature to be nominated for Best Picture in 1991?
It did come out in 1991, but I didn't know. Is it
about a book smart girl who falls in love with a hairy beast?
It is, but what song from it?
But the villain song, Gaston.
The Gaston, you're right. Yeah, it's Gaston.
But it's got to be
the original. Or do you like the new one better?
Yeah, no, God, no. I like you don't. The new one's not bad, but the original is better.
I love Gaston. Slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck is incredibly thick as Gaston.
I'm especially good at expectorating.
Oh my God, there's no
Look, how many
man
eggs
in town half as manly, huh?
How many eggs did he eat as a lad?
12.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen.
4 dozen eggs.
In hopes that one day I'd be large. And now that I'm large, I eat 5 dozen eggs, and I'm roughly the size of a bunch. Oh, yeah, it's a great song.
It's a great song. I love it. Yeah, it's such a good song. Every once in a while, it'll come up on my Spotify playlist, and it's so fun. So
and you'd be like, oh. Remember being in the kitchen at like 10 o'clock at night, and the chef was like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?"
Yeah, a lot of people came by. They were like, "What are you guys doing?" We're dancing to this song in the galley, and I think like the mate came by, like maintenance, and they would just look at us and then keep going. I mean, like, they're weird.
Just a couple of besties. Leave us alone.
Yeah, leave us alone. Anyway, so that's my song of the week.
Nice. Well, do we have time for a game here, or is the captain sending us to bed here?
I think we have time for a game. I'll ask you the question since you asked me the in or outs earlier. So we're going to play Sink or Swim, a game where you tell something to sink because you hate it or swim because you love it. Andrew, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Oh,
Penny don't want to play.
Okay. All right. Andrew, are you ready? Okay.
I'm doing my part.
All right. Sink or swim, magnets on the fridge.
Swim. They're on the fridge.
Swim. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're not, go over to YouTube and you can see all the magnets behind Andrew on the fridge.
And fun. Okay, my favorite part about the magnets on the fridge, because I don't want to privacy. We don't want to
You're
show you
right,
who's
of
on the
course.
fridge. But one of our friends, well, my friends, every year, well, they're not your friends, they're my friends. You can't have them, Rochelle. Billy's my friend. But Billy and his wife, so actually the other host of the Quitchabitchin pod, Billy and his wife Alicia, they every year send a Christmas card / magnet, and they've been sending it since they've gotten married in 2017. So it's 7 years, 8 years. It's been a while, and I think when they were living together, I still even got one like before they were married. Anyway,
Aw.
I have kept every single card because it's not a sentimental thing. Before you go, oh, that's so adorable. It's because I am charting Billy's weight gain throughout the years via the Christmas card.
Oh no! Does he know this?
Yes, but
Okay.
more importantly, she like I feel like he forgets about it every year, but Alicia knows about it now and is totally on board, because for a couple of them it was like when she was pregnant, like he was standing behind her and they're like, the whole like baby belly bump kind of thing. But now she makes sure that on the card, when it's like a collage of pictures, that there is one where it is a full body shot of Bill, so that we can get a full
Just him, just
track
standing
of where we
straight.
are. Yep, just him, and we're like, in his full, always in like plaid. Like, that's another thing too. Like, he is also he works in a school, and his school photo, he unintentionally for the first like 4 years has worn the same shirt every year. And now he does it on purpose, and I think he does it for the Christmas card too. So it's like the same. But the thing is, he can't wear the same shirt every year for the Christmas card because he is gaining weight.
Wah,
So eventually, those buttons are going to go pew pew pew.
Oh no! Yeah,
So
I
yes,
didn't. So
long
Alicia
story
now
short, magnets on the fridge.
also back of the fridge. She also is on the podcast full time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Billy works some on the nights that we record now. So she was a fill-in, but she is, she brings a touch of femininity to our football / life podcast over there.
Nice.
The Quitchy Bitchin'. So check that one out, people.
People? Billy, who's our only other
3
listener.
listeners.
Okay. Magnets on the fridge. For me, it's a no. It's like definitely out.
Okay.
I don't want to bring it into 2024. My fridge is totally clean. There's nothing on it, nor will there ever be. So if someone ever gave me a magnet picture, I would like have to just set it down on the table and look at it or something.
I'm gonna only give you magnet gifts from here on out.
The only magnets I have were because I have 2 San Francisco magnets, and my friends gave me like a bunch of San Francisco stuff before I left as a gift, and I had 2 magnets in there, and they're on my washer and dryer.
Nice.
Okay. Second question, sink or swim, shoes in the house.
Like leaving my shoes in the house, or
Like
wearing my
you
shoes
wear
in the
your
house?
shoes in and around the house. You don't, like, some people will take the shoes off at the door and just wear socks around or slippers.
I would prefer the shoes left at the door, so you're not tracking in all that shit from outside. But I understand. I'm not the type that is like, oh my God, you're wearing shoes in here? That's disgusting. Now, shoes in the bedroom, like the shoes come off before they go in the bedroom, because it's like,
okay,
maybe not the bedroom, just like outside clothes on the sheets, you change into your
yeah. So no street clothes.
Home,
yeah,
on the bed. Everyone has a house uniform. Everyone does. They have their go-to, that grout fit look, that take the contacts out, take the bra off, put on that gray sweatshirt that says the University of Colorado, and those ratty college pants, those sweats that, from Amazon,
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Maybe mixed match socks, get under the blanket, have a cup of tea, put on your shows, Sister Wives, and just...
That sounds lovely.
Just kick it.
Kick it. Okay. Yeah, I'm also
painting a word picture.
painting a word picture. I want to be in it. So, yeah, shoes in the house. I'm a big no. I'm like, take it off at the door. You know, if I'm having, well, I don't really like having people over, but if people were to be in my apartment, I wouldn't mind. I'd be like, all right, I'll just clean this later. But I don't like shoes in the house. Yeah, too dirty. But I mean, obviously, Penny's
dirty. I keep seeing your stories when she's going in the. Do you like give her a bath every time she goes like in the pond?
Yeah, of course, yeah. No, I just let her run free.
Just
yeah,
let her
so
run
Penny
dirty.
Penny's dirty. She actually has a grooming appointment on Thursday to get ready for Christmas. So, but yeah, I give her a bath or not like a whole bath, but I at least rinse her off in the bathtub after she comes back from the dog park and she's dirty or sandy or whatever. Yeah. Okay. And I have to ask it, sink or swim when your date talks about themselves too much?
Oh, I'm for it. I don't have to talk as much.
You're for it.
I
don't know if you went on a date with a girl and she talked about herself the entire time and you didn't get a word in, you would not like that.
I don't know. I get, I'm it's giving, undiagnosed anxiety disorder.
It's giving, you need to talk to a therapist about this. It's giving selfish. It's giving narcissism. It really, yes, it is. It is. Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
but if they're hot, I might give them a second chance.
Okay, Andrew, I'll be ready here when that happens to you, and then you complain about how your date talked the whole time and you were annoyed. All right. I think that's all.
Anyway, I think that's all we have. I think that's all we have on the Ship to Shore today, everybody. We have a lot planned for next time. So see you soon.
And passengers, please like, follow, comment, and rate us 5 stars. I need that validation. We need that validation. And don't forget to send us those emails at ohbuoypod@gmail.com. And please share the show so someone else can take a listen to and join us on the Oh Buoy podcast.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.